addressing white Bostonians in general, Rock charged. That is the idea. Colored men have no right to earn an honest living. They must be starved out. He implied that by denying blacks a decent livelihood, whites hoped to spur a mass exodus of them out of the city. Now, he declared, I believe in insurrections, and especially those of the sword and the pen. Rock was aware that, despite the well-founded grievances of the state's black workers, egalitarian-minded people heralded Massachusetts as a vanguard in the fight for equal citizenship rights for black people. In 1860, when he gave his commemorative oration about Attucks, black men in the Bay State enjoyed rights denied their counterparts in other parts of the North. Those who met a property qualification could vote, and white officials were just beginning to open the jury box to them. The Commonwealth imposed no legal restrictions on what jobs black men and women could hold. State law legalized intermarriage, and black children attended integrated schools. Unlike their counterparts in the Midwest, people of color in Massachusetts could enter, leave, or move around freely within their state. Black activists throughout the North mounted strenuous campaigns on behalf of their own rights, and the Boston black community was particularly well organized in this respect. Still, Rock remained unconvinced that Massachusetts deserved the credit accorded it as a haven for him and his people. Political realities and social conditions rendered blacks vulnerable to the prejudices of landlords, employers, and working-class whites. Rock and other black leaders lacked political influence in their hometown and home state. Blacks remained a tiny percentage of Boston's overall population. In 1860, 1.5% of the total of 177,840, compared to 3% 30 years earlier, out of 61,392. The small number of black voters had virtually no influence within the city's partisan political system. More generally, abolitionists remained a distinct minority. Their loud voices on street corners and in public venues, their insistent petitions and multiple publications, all suggested considerably more power and numerical strength than they possessed. Rock knew from hard-won, first-hand experience that, as a group, abolitionists, regardless of skin color, had shown extraordinary courage in their daunting fight against slavery. Through the 1850s, the full weight of the federal machinery, the Supreme Court, the Congress, and the office of the Chief Executive, had preserved and supported the institution of bondage. And most white Americans cared little about the injustices embedded in slavery and other systems of racial prejudice affecting all black people, regardless of legal status. Abolitionists, in contrast, had forged, through eloquent speeches and writings, a discourse of democracy that challenged those systems, and their reasoned and outraged words mattered to other Americans then and since. Compared to the general population, white anti-slavery activists, together with their black comrades in arms, represented the moral heart and soul of the nation, and they labored at great personal financial sacrifice and the risk of bodily harm to themselves. Nevertheless, in his speech, Rock was appealing to a group of white Bostonians, not only as abolitionists, but also as potential employers and advocates of black workers. He was aware that, like the fight against slavery, the fight for integrated workplaces faced overwhelming odds. Black men and women had no right to make an honest living. But it was also true that the U.S. Constitution stipulated no such right for any person. At the same time, in a slaveholding country such as the United States, wage earning was a key signifier of citizenship, North and South. Boston's black workers' chronic wage insecurity prevented them from enjoying full citizenship.